Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
Do you feel like film buffing today? Because you don't get any more film buffery than speaking about Christopher Nolan. And that's today's subject. Christopher Nolan, IMAX, The Odyssey, 2026. The movie of the year. The movie that is right now to beat for the Academy Awards. He's going to go into award season, and if the Odyssey it doesn't get quick momentum, people are going to be disappointed. Welcome back, AKAPAD. Peter A. DeLuca here, the film buff, coming to you. Where am I coming from? Well, I have a lab, if you will. I call it a production room, and that production room is in Philadelphia, PA. Not a full mile from the historic City Hall. A structure, a magnificent monument that took 30 years to build, that doesn't have any steel struts. The construction of City Hall should be one of the great marvels of the modern world, but it's not. No one puts it on that list. It's on my list because I think it's wonderful. I think it's beautiful. It's summertime. I spend a lot of time outside City Hall. It's fantastic. Seeing The Odyssey. I saw The Odyssey this past Friday. No exaggeration, aka Powders. It legit was an odyssey to see The Odyssey. I planned 2 days. I wanted to see it Thursday or Friday. And the Thursday time frame slipped away. The time frames were perfect. 10:40 a.m. here in Philadelphia. We have a beautiful theater, AMC, in our fashion district. It's not my preferred theater. My preferred theaters are cramped seating, sticky floors. I want dark lights. I want loud sound, and I want a giant screen. Like, that's my film going experience. But the world's moved on, and everything is reserved now. But the 10:40 time frame didn't quite work. And it's a little bit difficult sometimes when you're on Fandango getting tickets, because Thursday going into Friday, I scrolled a little bit more and I saw that they had like standard screens. And then there was a 11 like 45, 11:40. And I said, now that's the perfect one, because it gives me a little bit more time in the morning. So I planned my whole day. My whole day was planned around bringing my sketchbook, all my drawing materials, all my reference material. A lot of it's on my phone, but it still takes time to build up my tabs and stuff like that. To go into Chinatown, Paris Baguette, a nice ice milk coffee or Korean coffee, draw for a little bit, go check out the movie, and then come back and hit a different coffee house more towards Center City. And this is all during the workday, but I kind of had like a little bit of a pattern, some activities planned out. This movie starts, AK Powers. I'm not joking. It, like, we're past the first couple titles. The movie begins. We're in the cave. It's the Cyclops. And I get a call from the big guy of the company calling me direct. Whenever he calls, you have to pick up. Now, I say this a lot. A lot of who I am and how I got here and all that fun stuff, right? Like, a lot of what's around it is from me picking up the phone, being good with emails, being responsive, and being available. That gets you far in life. You will be surprised to the individuals that can't pick up the phone, that cannot be there when they're called upon. So it kicks up. I have to leave all the way into the lobby. The reason why I have to go all the way into the lobby is the movie is so loud in these other theaters, it floods the hallway that separates all the theaters, right? Like, the guts of it floods it. So I have to go where it's safe. Go back to the movie, I have to do something. So I grab my bag. I leave my popcorn. By that time, though, I just about inhaled a large popcorn. I was didn't eat all day. Was that hungry? I sit down in the channel, right, the little bit of the walkway, and given these are high walls, so I can sit with my laptop open. My laptop also is dying. It's maybe at like 18%, 19%, 20%. And I have to do something relatively quick. So I crack open my laptop. I'm sitting now in the corridor that leads to the seating, watching the movie, mind you. At this point, I missed the whole Cyclops scene. And I connect my laptop to my cell phone, which is, I got very efficient at that this past calendar year. It saved my butt a few times. It really has. So I'm doing work, and then I'm communicating via Microsoft Teams to the rest of my guys. They start calling me, so I'm going back and forth. It's like a dozen times, and then the big guy calls me. He calls me again. This is an absolute swarm, and I'm able to. There's only about 5 people in the theater. I'm able to sit in 2 of the handicap seats. I keep my phone screen out. Now, keep in mind, I have a Z Fold, a Samsung Z Fold. So I can expand my view and do a couple of remote things on my phone. I can check if a lot of times you check things and there's longer tables, like all support stuff, not tables like in Excel, but you have multiple areas to keep an eye on sometimes. So we're going back and forth, and it takes us a good like 40-45 minutes. Like I'm almost an hour into this movie by the time it just slows down enough for me to, and at this point my brain is just in overdrive. The stress of some of this, but right, like it's just there. And the funny thing is, there's 2 other guys in the theater that kind of dress like me. They both look like IT guys, and they both have backpacks. I kind of had a feeling a lot of people took advantage of the Philadelphia Friday slowdown, limited people in the office. Things really get to a grind. I think I was the only one that did it preemptively. The crazy thing is, if I waited 10 minutes, right? I would have, if I went to the 1 o'clock show, I would have been fine. And there were a couple different points. There were a couple different points where I almost just gave up and walked out on this movie. Now, to discuss this movie, it's a masterpiece. Christopher Nolan did the impossible. And what was the impossible? Well, some of it is timing. I think a lot of the success and the admiration that this movie already has. I think part of why people want to shoot it down is admiration, but it's the timing of it. See, we really haven't gotten an Odyssey. Now, a year ago, there was a movie called The Return, which is about the return of Odysseus to Greece, his return home, which stars Ray Fiennes. That movie itself is one of the best movies of last year. So we're getting 2 years in back-to-back Odyssey movies. But that's just one part. So this movie turns into The Return. And it's fantastic, AKAPADers. A lot of people have commented they didn't know what he had to go through once he got home, which is, I think, again, the Odyssey, right? But it's not until 1997, and I've spent the last month going over, studying, not just the Odyssey, not just the Iliad, but all of these movies, all these interpretations. And the 1997 one, made for TV, 2 nights, 4 hours, 2 hours each night. That made for TV, yeah, and it was star studded. It was a TV event. The Henson Company came in to do a lot of the effects. They did the Cyclops effects, just for example. Uh, who is it? The girl from Pocahontas, Vanessa Williams, I think, former Miss USA. She was Calypso on the island. It's not really until 1997. Eric Roberts is in. I'm sorry. I'm just. I'm all. I'm just. I'm trying to visualize, so to jog some of your memories. We will have an episode on that. We will have an episode on the Kirk Douglas, uh, Odysseus movie. It's Ulysses. He's got different names. 97, 2026. That's the so the timing of the Odyssey just seemed right that someone of the modern like age, and by modern age I mean you have a modern film aesthetic, you use technology, there's a level of cinematography, the actors, right? Like the people of the time. The timing of this movie was perfect. What they did with the cast was perfection. What they did with the structure and how they chopped up his Odyssey, the quest, perfect. When we compare that part alone to the 97 just reads like you're in school and you're going through the Odyssey. It takes you a week. That's how long it takes in American schools. I didn't do the Odyssey because I was in special ed. But it takes you a week. And I know because I had friends. And the 97 just reads like, oh, now we do this. Now this is who's involved. Now we do this. Now we do this. Now we do this. Right? It's you march. It's very formulaic. The timeline is laid out in front of you. The instinct of Nolan and crew to give us a lot of the moments and the beginning of the moments early in this movie gets us embedded into the film so freaking quickly. It's hard to look away. Some of the things we know we're waiting for, everyone is waiting for the Cyclops, which you get early, and then it's the sacking of Troy and the Trojan horse. And some of that too is told secondhand, which I love, right? Like because they're telling these stories within this, within the timeline that we're witnessing, which is the path of his son, Spider-Man. I gotta call him Spider-Man. We get a little bit of Brad Pitt's Troy, where the gods are understated. But we see an ancient world. And we get it a little bit with the title cards. It's an age of magic. It's the final age. So it's all there. Like everything makes sense in the flow of all of this. Like we're inside of this ancient Greek world and we don't want to leave. When they go to Hades and Agamemnon, 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 right? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He tells Odysseus how he died because this is how much time. So the Odyssey is so long that people are home and they're home for years and they get betrayed. All of this is happening while this guy's just trying to use his map quest to get back. The Hades scene in this movie, it was absolutely mesmerizing. Again, you can't take your eyes off it. You have to see it all. You have to hear it all. and is highly intelligent in its interpretation. So we get these levels of like pushback. A lot of people online will say it's not accurate, it's not this, not that. A lot of the accuracy in this movie was attacked super early as soon as people start seeing clips and footage and still shots, so on and so forth. You will get that with every historical movie. I feel like we should get it more. If there's any type of pushback, it should always be historical accuracy, not the interpretation of some of it though, the accuracy. But sometimes too, accuracy can visually just kill something. It can take the wind out of your sails when you're developing, when you're making, even when you're showing, you're bragging. This is what I made. Hey, it's accurate. Okay, it's not that appealing. I think the visual language of this movie, scene to scene, costume to costume, lighting to lighting, the music by Garrison. I mean, probably going to give him another. I mean, this might be his third or fourth Academy Award, and the dude's like 30 something. Discovered in a way by Ryan Coogler from Black Panther, who just announced Black Panther 3 this past weekend, by the way. AKAPADers, this movie is a masterpiece. This movie is I love all the interpretations of the Odyssey so much. I just kind of like put them in order. But if I ain't have that love and admiration for this story, I would say this is the greatest interpretation of Homer's Odyssey. This is one of the films of the year. This is the film to beat for the Academy right now. Maybe we'll do a follow-up episode where I get into detail about the controversies, which seemed endless. And this movie beat them all, which is incredible. That's a feat too, worth discussion. But for now, I just wanted to share my Odyssey, to see the Odyssey, how much I enjoyed. Yeah, I think this is a must-watch movie. Just watch it. It doesn't matter what type of screen. It doesn't. And soon, we're gearing up for Spider-Man. Brand New Day, or Bright New Day. The fourth one. The fourth one with Tom Holland. I think that comes out the 31st. So we'll be doing Spider-Man content. And then I want to do some Odyssey episodes. So we're going to go through like the history of some of these interpretations, and I'm going to bring some of those to you. So it's going to be a little bit of a packed, busy week. Just be on the lookout for lots of updates. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Rock and roll.
Okay, that's a wrap.